Australia's $60 billion tourism industry at risk. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, I'm Florian Heise, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I've got my afternoon stein of coffee, and I thought we would have a look at this article from ABC about our tourism industry and how it's going to be affected by the bushfires. Now, before we jump through this article, let's have a look at this information from Tourism Australia, just to get a bit of an overview of our tourism, the tourism industry in Australia, and how important it is to our nation. So the Australian Tourism Satellite Account is published each year and provides measures of tourism gross value added, tourism gross domestic product, tourism employment, and tourism trade. This enables government and industry to compare the value of tourism with other industries in the economy. So here we have GDP for tourism is, and I'll change to a red pen so I can draw over the blue, 60.8 billion. And what I will bring up one of my favorite websites, and I have a few favorite websites. And I'll just jump over to the right screen here. This is the Observatory of Economic Complexity, and we can just see our exports. So iron ore every year, and total exports for Australia are 243 billion. These are just these ones. Iron ore is 48.2 billion. Gold is 29.1. Coal, 47. So iron ore, say 48 plus gold. No, probably coal and gold, or maybe something else, but tourism is bigger than iron ore, it's bigger than gold, it's bigger than petroleum, bigger than coal, bigger than gold, bigger than wheat. So it is a very important part of our economy. And the bushfires are going to have an effect upon this, particularly the global reputation of the nation, the images people see, that will affect them. So from 2018 to 19, there's been a 3.1% of national GDP. It was 3.1% of the entire GDP of the nation was tourism, and 3.4% growth in the real GDP. Tourism GDP grew faster than the national economy, so tourism was faster than the rest of the economy. So it's 39.1 billion in exports, so they're up. Imports up 7.8%, so it's 58.3 billion. So 8.2% of Australia's export earnings were from tourism. GVA, 55.9 billion, 3.1% of national GVA, 3.3% growth in real GVA. Tourism contributes more to the economy than agriculture, forestry and fishing, utilities and information, media and communication. Consumption was up 6.2% to 152 billion. So tourism is growing faster. Domestic tourism is growing faster than international tourism. Unemployment was up 3.3% to 666,000 people, which is 5.2% of the workforce, 48% full-time, and 54% female. So majority female employment in this industry, which, I wouldn't say is overly surprising for tourism. So there we have a bit of an overview to get an understanding of the scale of this industry, everyone. Pretty big. It's an important part of our economy. Now, let's jump back to this article so we can see what their take is on this, on the impact that the bushfires may have. So as Australia's tourism industry prepares to take a hit worth hundreds of millions of dollars, community-driven campaigners are hoping to draw back visitors and assist businesses in bushfire-affected communities. Okay, they're saying hundreds of millions. You think it's just going to be limited to hundreds of millions? I would hazard a guess that it is going to ripple on. There's going to be more of an impact, not just in the bushfire areas, but in the broader tourism industry for the entire country. Because some people don't realize how big Australia is. They'll think the whole country is burning. They'll cancel their holiday, if they're going somewhere far remote from any potential fire or smoke at all. Just how people are. Last week, Melbourne's Zoe Manderson launched the Road Trip for Good website, which allows users to plan trips to regional areas and see which cafes, restaurants, shops, and hotels are open for business. And I think this is a great idea. I've never gone to the website, but it's something I mentioned in a previous video. Plan just to go and spend some money in those areas. Go with a family trip, go for a drive, go to the local cafes. Miss Manderson said the site would operate nationally and allow businesses to put up their own listings for free. She hoped the site would draw Easter visitors to affected regions when the fire crisis will have hopefully eased. It's great to have inspiration, but people don't really know what's going on in the ground, she said. They don't know what's open and ready for business. So he wanted to pull all that information in a way that was really actionable for people. Now this is a great idea. A really good idea. So Pitt joins the push. Burn survivor and author Turia Pitt has acquired more than 160,000 followers on Instagram in 4 days for a new campaign encouraging people to buy products from businesses in bushfire-affected towns. Here you go. The Spend With Them campaign promotes everything from fashion retailers to beef farmers. Good work. Meanwhile, It's My Shite website allows users to buy products from East Gippsland or purchase meals for residents in need. The community campaign comes out on top of hundreds of millions of dollars that have been donated to charities by the public, celebrities, and philanthropists. Australia's fires have so far claimed more than 20 lives and burnt about 15 million hectares in New South Wales alone. More than 1 billion animals have been killed. And here we're starting to see the impact of this, particularly, well, if it's even the domestic sector, which is a big part. The Executive Director of Tourism Australia Industry Council, Simon Westerway, estimated the bushfire crisis had cost the national industry hundreds of millions of dollars. I wouldn't want to put $1 billion in front of it yet, he said. Yes, well, we'll see what will happen next year, that's the thing. Every bed was cancelled in a fire zone, and even in non-fire zones, the cancellation rates have been upwards of 50%. While Mr. Westerway expected an influx of Chinese tourists to capital cities for upcoming Chinese New Year celebrations, he had concerns about long-term overseas tourism prospects. There's a perception the whole country is on fire, he said. Australia has had a significant hit to our brand, even though it is a resilient brand. Well, sadly, yes, that's it. There's going to be this perception at an international level. On Thursday, the United States upgraded its travel advisory for Australia to level 2, warning its citizens to exercise increased caution. Australia's highly publicised Mate Song tourism campaign was paused in the UK amid news coverage of fires burning around the country. So tourism businesses are facing a cash flow crisis. That's the hardest thing in any business. That's the hardest thing in any business. Felicity Mariana, who heads up Victoria's Tourism Industry Council, said many businesses were facing a cash flow crisis. These people are having to refund deposits at a time when they don't have any business, she said. If you're directly in a fire zone or in a region where the fires are, these operators have seen 100% cancellations for the month of January. Those losing money outside the bushfire zones were also unable to claim business interruption insurance because they were not directly impacted by the fires, she said. There you go. And this is a perfect example here. When the communities are ready, the best thing the public can do is come back and visit, she said. Earlier this week, Prime Minister Scott Morrison asked tourists to consider operators when asking for refunds for cancelled bookings. If you're in a position to do so, then why not even let them keep it? Or indeed arrange for another time when you can take it up and come back and visit, Mr. Morrison said. That's some really good advice. Why not get a credit? Why not put it off for another time? Australia is still a wonderful place to come and bring your family and enjoy a holiday. So here we have it, guys. We're starting to see businesses affected by this. And tourism is a big part of our economy, guys. Big part of our economy. What will the effect of this be on our GDP next year? I mean, here we have our GDP growth. It's trending down. Is this going to affect it? We've got an industry that's, 3.1% of national GDP if it starts taking a decent hit over the next year, coupled with the cost of rebuilding. How's that going to be measured? What do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and would like to help us produce more content, I have a Patreon where you can make a small monthly donation. You can also join the channel here on YouTube and get access to badges and emojis handcrafted by myself. We have our own merchandise, Heise Squares, HeiseSays pocket squares that we sell on our website. And we also have access to affiliate links for Independent Reserve for your crypto trading and Amazon and eBay for your consumer purchases. These are great ways for you to help support a content creator when you're using a service at no cost to you. And finally, we have PayPal for those of you that want to make a direct donation. Thank you all very much for your support. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.